Toxxic Rhiannyr back again with another tutorial video to show you guys how to do different things with the Bosh HUD. So this would be like part, this is going to be part 8. I'm actually editing part 7 as I record this. So I'll have 2 videos coming out for you guys really soon. Okay, so again, this is just going to be another tutorial to show you guys how to make one button control multiple faces. I just released these shoes yesterday, and as I was doing the HUD, I was like, I wish I was recording right now because this would be totally perfect to use as an example to show you guys. Tricks and stuff, or not tricks, but you know, show you how to script these puppies. So I'm gonna not babble because now that I started to edit this stuff, I realized that I just talk way too much. So I'm just gonna get into this for you guys so I don't waste a whole shit ton of your time. Okay, so this is also, like I've said in previous videos, if you are not advanced and you haven't watched any of my other videos, I start from square one on the Bosh scripts. So go all the way back to like the first video and then watch them from there so you understand where I'm starting from in this video. I'm not going to script the entire thing. I'm just going to show you probably the first 5, and then I'll go ahead and let you go, and you should have the hang of it after that. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and start with dropping the scripts in. License first, and the master goes inside the HUD, and then license first, and the slave goes inside the shoes. So naturally, of course, these particular products have already been scripted before. I literally just took the scripts out for the sake of this video. So for the HUD, you're going to change your description and make sure it is 1 and then 2 and then 0. If you check the other videos, this is for the channel you're working on and also the anti-res portion. Oh, excuse me, I have the hiccups. Same thing's going to go for the shoes. You're going to be 1, 2, and 0 on the description line for that as well. I have already labeled, as you can see here, the shoes have been labeled and the HUD has been labeled. All permissions are already set and we're ready to go. You guys are going to love this. Okay, so we're going to make a new note card. As you guys know, it's going to be the same formula that it always is. It's the mesh number, the UUID, and we have faces. Face number is going to go here, right? Everybody remembers that? Mesh number, comma, UUID, comma, face number. Okay, for this one, I'm going to show you guys here real quick. So we have a face here. We're just going to make these ugly colors so you guys can see the faces that we are working with. As you can see, there's many. And also, the metal is its own face. Yellow. That's not really standing out very well. But as you can see, there are a lot of faces that go to this shoe. Now, I could have totally gone all out as far as making multiple pages, making it to where my customers could change the laces, change the boot, change the sole, change. I didn't do that. I just kind of wanted a quick release. I might later make other colors for these or other styles and then go in that in depth and make a like a 6-page HUD or something like that, but I was not in the mood for that last night. I literally made these at like, I was texturing this shit at like 3 o'clock in the morning yesterday, and I just was not in the mood to make a huge HUD. So what I wanted to do is I wanted each button to control all the faces. There are 2 textures that come with this shoe. There is the texture for the laces, for the boot itself, and then for the inner part here. And then there's another texture for the sole, the bottom. Yeah, there's 2 for the sole. There's 3, 4, for the upper part. And as you can see, I made separate buttons for the metals because I always do black, gold, silver. Needed a sippy sippy. Okay, so that's how fun this is going to be. So I totally lazed out, and this is how we're going to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and name this 1. By the way, the buttons have already been named, you know. I am set everything already. The buttons are attached. They've been cleared. Each button says read in the name area, and then they're numbered 1 through 23 all the way down. So that's where we're at with this, okay? So we created a card. We're going to change the properties of the card, make sure there's always no modify, no transfer, so ain't nobody taking your UUIDs. And I'm going to actually make a copy of this, and I'm going to open it again. Okay, what I should have done is make note of what all faces that we're dealing with, but let's go ahead and I'll just do that with you now. So I named these 008 is the mesh number, okay? Then we're going to plug in that UUID, and we can start off with, this is just me being OCD. If you guys don't care, if it makes more sense to you to do this a different way, by all means, do whatever is easier for you. But I actually went on here. I'm gonna select face, and I'm gonna kind of just click around. I honestly don't remember. Okay, there we go. Face 0 is actually the soul down here. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna start off with, and I'll actually see it down there at the bottom. I made it glowy so you can see. That's gonna be face 0. So I'm gonna put 0 here. I'm gonna make another line. UUID, and face 1 is there. Show you guys what face 1 is. That's face 1. Okay, so face 0 and face 1 have the same texture that is designated for it. That's the word I'm trying to come up with. I'm sorry. Okay, so these two, I'm trying not to confuse you guys because I was confused last night when I was doing this. I was like, oh my god. Okay, so these first 2 lines pertain to face 0 and face 1. That is the textures at the bottom. So let's look for 2. Okay, 2 is right here. Sorry, I got a message there and I was reading. So face 2 is the part, the inner soul. We'll just call it that, the inner soul, okay? So we're still going to do 008 UUID, but we're going to put face 2. So face 3 I saw was this part right here. Face 3. So we're going to make another line. UUID, face 3. Okay, so we're on to the next one. Face 4 is the laces. 4. So we're going to make another line. 008 UUID and face 4. I think there was a face 5. Let me zoom. I do believe face 5. Maybe there's not. Maybe I am tripping. Yeah, I guess that's it. There's, well, I mean, yes, 5 faces with 0, but there's no actual, like, number 5 face. These shoes are a little screwy. I noticed this whenever I was done texturing these last night. Deadpool made these. I love you, Shane, but something is, like, very not really organized correctly. They're kind of older, these shoes. I've had them for quite a while, but if you notice right here, and this is partially me being purely lazy, but I was not about to make 20 more textures just because this face right here, do you see this knot in the middle? This knot is actually code it, is actually not in, it's not grouped with the right faces. Like it should be, this knot right here should be grouped with number 4. Like I guess when he was done UVing, I don't really know the proper term for, because I don't create shoes for one myself in Maya, but really this knot right here should have been the same face as and it, what is going on here? Hang on a second before I completely put my, yeah. So yeah, this is the deal. Okay, look. If I click on the knot here in the middle, it's face 5, right? When really it's part of the laces. It should be face 4. But face 5 is what I had for the metals. You see what I'm saying? So I had to make this, I redid my textures. I can show you. Originally, I didn't really care what the background color on my textures were for the metal. Like here's my original one, right? These just, I just changed the color of the metals for the zipper and for the eyelets. Okay, so let me show you what I mean, maybe. Because maybe Shane will watch this and be like, dope! I mean, it's no big deal. So this knot in the middle is going to turn pink. Whoopsie. So I didn't want to go back and make literally, 20 different textures for just the, God, that would have been a pain in the ass, just for the metal. Just because this one face is not grouped up correctly. I might have the DAE files for this. I could have taken it back in Maya and just designated the faces, but I got no time for that. So basically all I did was I just made the texture black. And so on each one of these on the live version, this little knot is black instead of being pink or another color. And I just applied that to the wrong thing. But you know what I'm saying? Not mean jelly bean. Okay, so come on. Why are we tripping? There we go. Yeah, so even like on this color, this like, I don't know, like stone type color, this little knot in the middle is black, but there's really nothing I can do about that. So, sorry, I said I wasn't gonna ramble, and here I am fucking rambling. Okay, so back to the boring shit. Okay, so this is card number 1. So basically, once you have this formula set up, my best advice to you is to make a duplicate of this card. Actually, I've started to figure out that if you just do this, you just make a bunch of copies of the card that you want to use. Much easier. So number 1 here is black on my HUD. So we're just going to go in here and I'm going to find, here is the sole for number 1 and the boot for number 1. And if you guys remember, it is so much easier if you just, for me, it's if I number the textures and then I load them in and they're the same, they're in order on the HUD as what they're being loaded in. Like here, this teal color is number 2. If I come click here, there's that little, that teal color, you know what I'm saying? It is so much easier if you just do it all in order in Photoshop. So when you load it in the Secondlife, you are literally just sitting around and right click, copy UUID, rather than opening every single one of these to figure out what color goes next. It really, really will save you tons of time. I've talked to a couple of people and they're like, oh my god, I did like 40 textures on a HUD, but Toxxic, I have to open all the textures to figure out what color they are because I named them fuchsia, pink, light pink, champagne. I used to do that too, and then I was like, hell no. These colors don't have names anymore. They get numbers. And that is basically the way I do every single HUD from here on out. Yeah, I got so tired of opening all of the textures. Now I pretty much just trust myself that it's in order. It's here, I can even show you. Let me open Photoshop. It's in order in Photoshop. It's in order when I upload it to Second Life. It's in order on the HUD. So there is no guessing as to what color number 1 is. I just copy the UID. Okay. That's my advice for the day. Okay. So the soul, if you remember, the first 2 lines pertain to the soul. So I'm going to copy the UUID and I'm just going to paste that in. Okay, and the last 2 pertain to the boot itself. So I'm just going to paste that in. Remember, I am a shortcut person. I'm doing Control V to paste it. Now I'm Control S to save it. Close all this out. And I'm going to come in here, and I really do hope I used this first one. I did, got lucky. I'm just going to drop this in here, and we can test it. Voila! It works! Okay, so I'm just going to move on to the second card. And I lost it. And where did it go? There it goes. Okay, we're just going to do the same thing. The second color is that teal color I was talking about. So there's the sole. That goes first. And there's the boot. That will be plugged in second. So same here. Gonna just plug this in. Plug it in again. And we can close this. Copy the UUID there for the boot. And save it. Here we go. And we can drop it. And test it. Oh, that opened. Okay, there you go. Those 2 work. Let me go ahead and show you. I really hope this is still recording my screen. It may not be. Shit. I don't think it is. Okay, well, Photoshop opened and I was going to show you how the textures are, but I don't think Fraps records Photoshop. I think it'll only record Second Life, so maybe I can't do that. If I can't, I'll make another tutorial, show you guys how I do that from scratch. I'm just going to keep this going because I really, really don't want this to be too long for my editing process. So number 3 is that pink color. And as you can see, it is the pink color. I'm going to copy the UID. Okay, and then the boot. And we're going to save it. Close all of this out. Go back, find that, drop it in. See? So that one button, that one swatch controls all of the faces. So it's a pretty simple HUD. Everything is working really, really fast. When it comes to the metal down here, I would do the metal the same way. The face number for the metal is 3. So let's just see what card number this falls as. 21. So name this 21. Open it up. And this would be 3 for the face. And then you would just find your metal texture. Copy the UUID. Okay. Go back up here and drop that in. Oh my god, what happened? I think I grabbed the wrong face. Un momento. I don't think 3 is right. Hold on. a 5. It's 5, not 3. So I can just change this, find that card. It's 5. See, there we go. Let's try this again. Yeah. So as you can see, it changed. Sorry for the little mistake. You're like, oh no, you confused me. So yeah, so basically what you're going to do is you're just going to repeat that process all the way across till you get to your very last card, and that's pretty much how you do it. Pretty simple this way. If I ever get that crazy wild itch to make this a little bit more customizable with making each piece able to switch to different textures, then I will record that and show you guys how to do it. It would be a beast of a HUD though, and I'm just, you know, I have to be in a certain mood for that or I'm not going to do it. So I hope this helped you guys. Leave a comment below if this kind of stuff is helping you. Feel free to IM me in World also. I get lots of IMs all the time about the videos. I'm really happy that they help you guys, and I'll keep making them if you keep watching them. Alright, so I'll see you guys later. You guys have a great week, and yeah, bye.